Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Becky at Winzig Creations. I hope you're all settling into 2026 nicely. This is Satisfied Saturday, so let's hope you're satisfied at the end of this. Hope you're all well. And if you're not, I hope this brings you some peace and calm. I'm not 100% today. One of those days where you can't quite put your finger on what the problem is, but you just know you're not quite your normal self, you know. Anyway, for those of you in much the same boat, let's hope a bit of crafting puts us in the right place, hey? That would be good, wouldn't it? I think I've just knocked that over. 2 ticks. We don't want a fire, do we? There we go. Right. There. Got a new one while I was away, for those who didn't see my last video. Now, I'm trying to use my glass table because I missed not using it. So please put in the comments, and please do that, if you find the reflection really off-putting, or if you see a big reflection and it's, whoops, drop that, and you find it's really difficult. So we're going to be using these papers today, but I don't know if any of you watched the last craft along with me, but I was covering a great big file, and I finished it. Here it is, massive one. I decided to make didn't decide not to do a topper. I've just put some nice what I call nice words on, you know. And I've had this quote on my desk from the get-go. It says, "Let the art I create be an expression of my heart for God." So it's just full of lovely words: peaceful, family, soul, you know, joy, laughter. And she's called Serenity. That's the name of this journal, Serenity. But because she's mine, just got to cover up my personal stuff, she's not going to have a number. So I have the days of the week. I don't know if you can see some there. I have my exercise planner, my journal, my digest, my budget, and all that sort of thing. And then I just move these along each month, what I need. So this should last me 12 months. And at the end of the 12 months, all I have to do is replace the planner sheets and any sheets I've used. So I shouldn't have to make it again. Like I said, I have made one before, but it was smaller and I just couldn't cram everything in. And I don't feel, my brain doesn't feel right unless I journal in the morning and I do my planner in the morning. It doesn't take me long, but if I don't do that in the morning, I'm all over the place. Let me know if you're the same. So what we're making is these new papers. These are some of the new papers from Pink Monarch Prints. They're January one. I love these. I love this blue. It's gorgeous, and this green. Really nice. So I'm going to do something that Anna did, actually. She did this the other day in one of her journals, and it's really clever. I really thought it was a smashing idea. So I thought I'd do one. Mine will obviously be slightly different from Anna's, and you know, she left this bottom bit on, but I didn't feel I got a good enough contrast to do that, so I took mine off. And you can make them different sizes too. These are quite small, but you've got a little envelope there with the pocket. You've got a big pocket here with an envelope, and you've got a little pocket here as well, and one down here. So you've got, there's 3, and then depending on how you put it in, you've got another one too. And they're very, very flat. Look, really nice and flat, because they're just made out of a piece of copy paper. They're not on cardstock or heavyweight. They're literally just 80 GSM paper, but they are quite sturdy once you've folded them up, you know. So I've got 3 more here, some similar, some different. So I've got some lace out as well, which I might use on some of them, because my washi, this is my new washi, and it didn't quite come in. I don't mind things clashing a bit, but I didn't want to on this. I'm adoring this green, and I've just put something quite different on the back. That's a big with a little, I think those contrast nicely. Those blend, sorry, those 2 blend. These 2 contrast and these 2 contrast. So I've got 1 blend and 2 contrasts here. Don't ask me what went wrong there. I didn't quite, you know, trying to guess which order I put the papers in the computer, really, I was, to print on the other side. So I'm going to show you how these are made. These aren't very big, these sheets. They're not A4. They are, I'll tell you now, they're all slightly different. Almost 10 inches by a fraction of, whoops, about 8 inches. That's what they are. So they're not A4 and they're not quite US letter size either. They're just a bit smaller. But that's fine. You can make them out of A4. You could make it out of a single side scrapbooking sheet. Anything. So let's do let's do this one. Should we do this one? I've done one blue one. Let's do the green one in case I don't get a chance to get any more done. Okay. And I love this colour green. Is there a right and a wrong? There is for those roses. I'm not sure about that. So should we have the roses on the outside? I do like this green. I think I put the green on the outside. I like that colour. Let me just write down my time if you don't mind, because otherwise I could end up waffling. Oh, hello, Geoff. He's sitting there, look. Because my phone's up there. I've lost my timing sheet. Where's me? Oh, I have to write it on a scrap of paper then, because I've lost my timing sheet. I have a little, oh, this will do. I have a little bit of paper here usually that I write the time on. So, there we go. There we go. I must have been talking for about 5 minutes, mustn't I? So we pop that there just so I don't talk to you until it's tea time, you know. And I've got new book out for inking, for gluing. I've got a new gluing book. Oh, got that off my top shelf. I knew it hadn't got a cover. I used the cover on one of my other journals, but I put it up there to keep it. It is quite an old book, but it's not. It's full of pictures that I won't use. Well, they're quite nice, having said that, but they're full of creepy crawlies, and it's also full of some nice black and white, but it's a history book, but it's not sadly, nothing you can't find on the internet nowadays. But if it were full of colour, I might use it, but I have an awful lot of black and white pictures. And don't ask me what that is, I have no idea. According to this, it's Venus's flower basket, but oh, it's a sponge. That's a sponge. There you go. Bit of useless information for you there. So, let's crack on. I'm going to use the... So what you need to do first is you just need to make a little tube. And this can be really narrow if you want. I mean, I'm making it to the full extent because my paper's not very wide. So I'm literally just going to get these just to fold over. As long as they fold over a little bit. So I'm just getting them to over a tiny bit. I just hope you can see, because I'm aware that I probably pulled that forward a bit. So, you know, we use this shape for a lot of things, don't we? For seed envelopes, for money envelopes, you know, we use this technique for a lot of different things. I'm going to use a bone folder though. I just had one handy. I thought I was all organised because I've made one already. It's a good job I did, because I suddenly discovered I was very unprepared. So it's a good job I did make one first. Here we go. I've had a bit of a sort out, as I often do at the beginning of the year, and bear with me if I can't find things. That is the trouble with sorting out, isn't it? You can never find anything. So I won't be using much in the way of technical stuff. Now, I'll glue that in a minute. I want to turn this round, because they're my flowers. So my flowers, well, I'm just working out the direction of my, yes, that's fine. I'm going to fold this up. This is now, what is this? It's still the same length, oddly enough. Can't imagine why. It's because I didn't cut it. Yeah, almost 10 inches. So I'm going to fold this up about 3. That may seem 3.5. That may seem quite a lot, but I am going to fold it back down again. So that's about 3.5 there. Let's get you down there, up there. That's it. About 3.5. Again, fold it where you like. You don't have to. This is not actually a tutorial. This is just something that hopefully, when I've finished it, will bring me some form of satisfaction that I've made it properly. Not that there's any mistakes. And I'm going to put this down about... Sorry, my bracelet's quickly. That is the trouble with... Let's just put that there. Oh, it's still making a lot of noise. There we are. I need to put a scrunchie on, don't I, when I video. And then I'd like to get the flap of this one the same as that one, so, or the vice versa. So I'm just going to mark where I did that, because if I eyeball it, I'll get it wrong. There we are. So I hope you're all settled into your routines. I know we all have our own routines, don't we? I think what I'm missing is I got back into my yoga. I haven't been back to the gym yet. I don't do, my gym is more PT, physical therapy, because I've got fibromyalgia, so you have to be very careful what you do. And I won't harp on about all my ailments, but I've also got spina bifida, so I'm really, I know I had somebody to show me what I can and can't do. So I like to go to the gym more for anything because it makes me feel better. Mentally more than anything. So I think that's what I'm missing. So I'm going tomorrow. We've got those folded over. It's enough of me waffling about. Right, I think now I've got that all folded the way I want. No more folding. I'm going to open it up and glue this down. Put tighter. See, you're going to work. I think this is getting a little bit low. It works when I keep it upside down or sideways. But if I keep it the right way up, it's a bit reluctant to get going. But having just used it, it's behaving itself. I think I've worked on a glass mat for so many years now that I find it difficult not to, you know. Oops, that's not very far over. That one might hit the base. I'll just have to double check. Just get that on there for a sec, because I'll just make sure that's not sticking to my. I didn't get that too far over. Nope, I didn't. That's it. It's sticking nice. Lovely. There we go. Let's fold our things. All right, I'm gonna do my cutting before I glue that down. So now I want to shape this and this one like a envelope. Sorry, the word failed me there. So I'm just gonna cut around here, make it look, curve it round. And then what I'll do is I'll use this one. Oops, I want a bit more of a curve, a bit more of a less of a point there. Oh, really? And I'm just going to use this as my template for all the others, because knowing me, I know I would never get them anywhere near the same. And I'd end up with like a stub in the middle. I'm cutting it so many times. So there we are. That's that one. Let's mark these two up while I'm at it as well. And then I will get these the same. Hopefully. Hope my head's not in the camera. This just gives me a general idea that I'm marking it in the right place, you know. I just want these roughly the same, as close to the same as possible anyway. Don't need that anymore. So let's cut this one. Yep, that's not bad. I imagine a lot of people could just cut these freehand, but very clever when they can. There we are. Put you guys out the way. Now we can. Right, am I going to keep the bottoms of this one? I quite liked her one that she did keep the bottom of it on. That's quite nice, isn't it? Glued. I mean, she glued this down, which is quite a nice idea. Just going to trim this up so the same length. I might do it on this one. I didn't do it on that one. I cut the flaps off, but just to make it different, and because I like the underneath colour, I'm going to leave mine on this time, just for something different. But I'm going to do a bit of inking. I didn't do any inking on the other one, but I'm just going to put a little bit of frayed burlap on it, just so we can see the edges a bit better, you know. I like frayed burlap. It's just a nice neutral. That's not quite level there. You probably can't see it on camera, but I can. There we are. It's a nice neutral one, frayed burlap. I think it goes with anything. You know, doesn't matter what kind of journal you're doing. You'll just go with everything and anything. So give the old vintage photo and walnut stain a break. I do like this. I have used it a lot in the past. It's a bit heavy there, but never mind. Right. I'll glue you in a minute. So have you made any? I don't do New Year's resolutions, because I always feel if you're doing a resolution, you're setting yourself up possibly to fail. I do make some goals, which I suppose you could argue are the same thing, but I don't look at them as the same, because I try and have weekly goals in so much as I need to get something done. So like this week, I'll give you an example. This week, I got a little Etsy order. I make Suffolk puffs. I sell them in my shop. What Americans, or what across some people call yo-yos. I make that. I come from Suffolk, so I do call them Suffolk puffs. That's what we call them in the UK. And I put buttons on mine as well. If you go to my Etsy shop, you'll see them. And you can buy them in packs of small, medium, or large, and 5 come in a pack. And they're actually, oddly enough, one of my best sellers. I sell quite a few of them. So I'm going to put some other stuff like that in as they go so well. Maybe some fabric flips and some page edges. Anyway, I digress. And the ladies ordered 3 packs, which is lovely, absolutely brilliant. However, I went to get them out and discovered I have absolutely 0 in stock. I knew I was low on stock, but I got none in stock. So I'm going to make some, obviously, to send to her. And I double-checked the order, and she wanted 3 packets of small. Obviously, the small ones are the more difficult ones to make, because you've got very little to work with. My small ones are very small. So my goal this week is to get that order finished, you know. Like, that's my little goal. So as I say, I don't do resolutions, but I do give myself little goals. And I have priorities, particularly if maybe that week somebody's got a birthday, so that would be a priority. And things like that. That's what I use my planner for. Whoa, that's wobbling. Let's turn it down. There we go. I like those 2 bits flapped down on this one. And things like that, you know. And I write a journal. I am one of those people that makes journals and writes. One of the reasons I started making them is because I write in them. I was buying them all the time. Every few months I'd buy a new journal. And I found out you can make them. So that's what I did. Sorry about the glue on here. There we are. Let's put that down so I know how far to glue. Just going to glue up here. Can you see all right? I hope I've come too close to my body again. There we are. I like that. Shall we do a little bit of embellishing? I'm going to embellish the bottom of this. Also, I like to embellish the bottom of this one, and then the flap on that one. You don't need a lot of embellishing, because you know, the paper's pretty and we've got these bits glued down. So what I think I will do, though, on both of these is I put Velcro dots to keep them down, I think. So we can do that on these ones. But I'm just going to put something pretty here. Now I have got, excuse me, I have got some butterflies printed out, but these are mainly in the blue. So, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Oh, I've got some lace as well. Let me see about some lace. Some lace would look nice. Oh, that looks lovely. Which one? Let's use it. I don't use this one much. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, I like that. Let's put a bit of lace across there. In a bit of lace across there. I'm going to say I'm not overly decorating here, going to town, but hopefully we can make more than one. Put that little in there. I'll glue that on. Just take that little bit off there. Oops, sorry about all the noise. Just going to put some of this down to start with. I do find lace does stick quite well with glue stick. And I'll just put a little bit of this on as well at the edges. And then it should stick on without too much trouble. Let's see if that sticks on now nicely. Yeah, now it's stuck on there nicely. Yep, like that. I have to trim it though. That's annoying me. The glue down will come off, one of the two. There, that's better. So, what should we put here? Oh, sorry, this is annoying me. I don't know about you. Let's put some paper there so it doesn't make so much noise. Oh, I know what I was going to. I've got some mushrooms out. Now, do you think that one might be a bit big? Do you think that might be a bit big? I think that might be a bit big. Just being silly. Right, these might fit on though. Yeah, that's not going to affect the dot. Actually, maybe I should put the dots on first so I know. Yeah, let's do that. If I get me 2 Velcro dots on, then I haven't got to worry about them being, you know, putting embellishments over the top, have I? In the wrong place, should I say. So, I do like to get these in the middle though. Sorry, a bit pedantic about that. Let's do the middle of that. It's 3.5. Sorry, I'm just using centimetres to get this in the... That is 3.5. There. So let's pop you there. We can probably eyeball the top one. There. And let's get the hooks. There. I know Velcro is a brand name, so, but we all call it Velcro, don't we? These are very, very sticky. I've never, they're just from Amazon. I've never had a problem, touch wood, never had a problem with them. There we go. And then I just pull this off gently. And see, they are very strong. And pull this one off gently. There we go. They are, yes, phenomenally strong. Let's pop you away so you're not underfoot. There we are. Now we can decorate, so we can embellish, so we know that's not going to get in the way. I do like those mushrooms there. They're some Tim Holtz ones, they are actually. I've got a few bits of Tim Holtz, not much. I can't afford much of his stuff. This one's a cute one. Now, I'll put some mushrooms and a label. Where's my little stash of... Yes, here they are. There's this one, which I use for every journal I ever make. Oh, look. That's a bit matchy-matchy, isn't it? Because that's the same as that. Yeah, maybe not. I don't want any that are related to a particular... I don't want them to... That's too big. I know what I want in my head. I've got some bits here. Whoa, whoa. This is scrapbook cutouts, amongst other things. And I'd forgotten I got this, but it's got quite a few good things in that I like. I saw a little, flower guide. That's quite nice, isn't it? How about a flower guide? Not a mushroom guide, but a flower guide. Wildflowers east of the Rockies, it says. Or we could have something without any words on. Oh, we can have a row of... Gosh, that picture's popular, isn't it? I like that. Let's do that. I think these are actually stickers, but yeah, they are. I'm not going to stick them on the lace straight off now. Do I cut them out or ink them up? I think I'll take the white off, actually. I have no idea where these came from. They could have even been gifted to me from a friend. Gifted, that's an awful word. Given to me, that's the word. Given to me. Gifted. It's not the right term. Gifted means you're clever at something. In particular, given is what I meant. They were given to me as a gift. Sorry about the grammar lesson there. Ah, dear, old habits die hard. I used to teach. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. We'll take the backing off, but I'm also going to add some extra glue on as well. If I can get the backing off, that is. Yeah, I can. Oh, it's washy. Oh, that's cool. I did not know it was washi, but I think it'll still work. Put some extra glue on. Pop you there. Oh, that's nice. You can see the lace through it. Oh, I like that. A card though. You're going to need something a bit stronger than that. Oh, shall we ink it? Knowing Tim, it's probably got an edge on it. Yes, it has. It's not white, so it doesn't matter really, does it? I hope you can see all right. Just realised I've moved down again. So, pop you there for a second. Put you down there. Put you back on before you ooze everywhere. See, it works really well when I lay it on its side, but if I stand it upright, it's forever. There, that's that one. So we've got something we can put in there that I like, and then we can put something in there. I might put a label or something on there at some point. I think I'll do some embellishing up here as well, but I think I'll leave the rest of the embellishing until I know where it's going to go. More mushies, or shall we put something different on there? I don't think these mushrooms are going to be too big now. They're some of the smallest I've got. Let's have a look, see if I've got any diddies. Oop, what's this? That's too big. That's a nice little one, isn't it? It's still too big though. I've got mushrooms from all over the place. This is out of a magazine, look. Let's see what else I've got in here. No, I don't think I've got anything smaller than that. And I thought I did have some diddies, but diddy ones, but that's a small one, but you can barely see it. So let's find a butterfly. Don't ask me when I'm going to use that. But, you know, what else have I got? Oh, I've got my scrapbook thingies. Let's have a look in here. My scrapbook cutouts. Let's see what we've got in here. We might have something pretty that goes. We got that again, which I liked. Oh, we've got a stamp here with mushrooms on. It's too. That would go there nicely, but that's not the bit I'm decorating. I'm decorating the top bit. I'm embellishing all that. Go on. That's blue, but it would fit. It's finding something small enough really to go on the top. And this is full of tiny bits. I like that. Don't ask me what it says. It's so small. There's a tiny butterfly. Oh, that butterfly matches those really nicely, actually. Don't know what that's doing in there. It's obviously from a kit. It's from a scrapbooking kit of some sort. It's a nice piece of paper that I decided to keep there. No. I like that butterfly. So if I'm going to use that butterfly, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to maybe use this. I like that. Might put some lace. That's rubbish. Let's put that flower on back. Might put a little bit of lace on as well. Make it a bit stronger, won't it, if I've got lace on it. Use the same one. Ouch, the other pin just stuck into me. Yeah, that'll make that flap quite a bit stronger actually as well. I'm going to cut you at an angle. Yeah, why not? Let's cut you up there. I'll glue you on and then I'll cut the other side at an angle as well. There. Let's just put this like this. It might be a bit easier to work on. So I'm going to put that across like I did last time. And then put a bit of this on as well. Sorry, I'm quiet, haven't I? Concentrating. There. In fact, I hardly need anything else on now. I've got the lace on. Let's cut that at an angle. Let's do it this side so I can see. Oops. Oh, I like that. Let's move you off. There. And there's no, I'm not going to embellish there because we're going to have tags and things in there, aren't we? Put that over there. Right, let's trim you off. And I think these must be washi as well, but that won't matter. That looked all right. I usually keep my washi stuff separately. I don't know how they've gone in there to go through that box. Let's get this off here a bit more. Sorry. Silence is golden. Anyway, got anything exciting happening this weekend? Have you? Got anything good happening? Well, it is the weekend when you're watching this, but if you're watching this, you obviously haven't got anything exciting going on. I'm not going to take the backs off these because I want them a bit thicker, as they're both washi. Well, I have. Well, exciting. I've got myself a new office chair coming. It's coming tomorrow, actually. And my son's going to... You have to build it, though, because it's coming through the post. They don't build it for you. So, it's the same as the one very similar to the one I'm sitting on, except for it's for a different room, in a different part of my tiny house. And it's smaller than this one as well. This one's too big for where it is, and it bashes on the side of the desk. But for this one I went with comfort. The other one is, I'm going for comfort, but I don't sit on the other one quite so much. At the moment I'm sitting on a stool and it's really hurting my back, so there. I like that. Put some bits in. Should we put some tags in? What time is it? What time did I start? Where's my bit of paper? Oh, we got a bit of time. And we can either make another one or I'll find some bits to put in it. Let's see what I've got here. This is my own, oh, it's heavy. My own stack, whoa, don't fall out. Stash of stuff. See if I've got some bits I can pop in. Oh, well, that's nice. It's a little fairy. That can go there. Have to cut that, pop that out. Let's leave you there for a minute. We need little ones at the top here, don't we? Oh, you're nice. I like that. We will use him. And that's nice. I like that. Sorry, fairy. You can go back. Use you another time. Have I got any more of them? I like those. These are, what's her name? Sorry, Tracy. That's Tracy Fox, I think. Please correct me if I'm incorrect. Yeah, I'm going to get those in there. That needs trimming. I'm going to do the little edges too. Is my little ledger? Yes, it is. Yeah, I've got this pile of scraps here. Let's put it with this pile of scraps. We could make it into a tiny tag instead of a... Sorry, it's a bit of white there. Where's my other one? Is it handy? Yeah, it's here. Should we do that there? No, that one's not going to work. I don't think this one works very well. No, that one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, there. Made it into a tiny tag. That one I won't because it's got corners on. This one I will. 1, 2. That's it. Don't use that very often. Usually cut them, but I'm going to get rid of this rubbish now. There we are. And I'm just going to take the very sharp corners off this one. They still look nice though, they still look cornered. and of this one. I've still got a bit of the backing showing through there. There we are. Whoop! Thought it was a tiddlywink, it did. And that's from Julie from Camellia Crafts. Had these in my stash for ages. I'm glad they're getting used. I really need to get through my stash. I mean, it's ridiculously big. I mean, we're not talking of Gail Augustinelli's sort of kind of stash, but if I get any more, I won't be able to store them. So that is the issue. So there's in the middle. Pop you there. Pop you there. Right. Let's find something larger for in here. It's got to go right in though, so we can close this up. That won't quite fit. It's a bit too long, that. Let's find something a bit shorter. That's nice, isn't it? Will that fit in? It will fit in. And I've got these ones as well. This one will probably fit in as well. That's nice. This is one of the ones, I think I've made this on YouTube. It's a material tag. It's not actually finished embellishing it though. See what else I've got here that I can use. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. There's this nice, but that's a bit small, isn't it? Go a bit bigger. I think we've got this, that's too thick, and then we're back to those ones that are too big. They're pretty much in size order, these, almost in size order. However, saying that would fit. It would. I don't think you could put anything on there to make it, I don't know. I'll come back to that one. It's all very well doing these material ones, but then you've got to, I think we'll go with my first decision, that one. But I'm going to put a sort of flat tag on it. Have I got another one of those similar? Got one with the Eiffel Tower on. Not that I've got a problem with the Eiffel Tower, but I kind of wanted a floralish one with florals on. That's pretty, isn't it? That would go in there. Green one here. Completely the wrong kind of green though. We'll do these two. I'm going to ink this one up. Take that, let's notch that out at the top there first. This is my bigger one. There. Ink these two up and we can pop them in there. I don't know where this came from either, I'm afraid. So if it was yours, thank you very much. Tell me your name. The same with this one. And now, when I get a kit, I remember who's done it, so I can give them the credit. But these are all from a while ago now. So that I'm not doing anything with. I'm just going to pop her in there. And then this one, it in there, sorry. I'm going to put something, maybe a bit of, no, washi's not going to be strong enough. Let's find a tidbit to go on. Yeah, if I put that on, let's see how, whoops, high that comes. How high does that go? Oh, I can go over about a centimetre, not a centimetre, sorry. About half a centimetre I can go over, which is about 1/8 of an inch. Let's ink that up a bit. Just so it's not glaring white at you when from the other side. And we'll ink virtually all of you, we'll blue virtually all of you, with the exception of a tiny bit at the top. Just so it's a little easier to pull out when you open up the pocket, the envelope pocket, and then oh really? Sorry, can't get my pin in. It needs cleaning. I'll put it the right way up and then it won't ooze out. Right then. Sorry, mumbling Minnie. Pop you in there too. I do like to put at least two things in my pockets. You're going to have to go straight though, mister, otherwise you won't fit in. That's those two. Oh, didn't tell me I've done it too high. No, I haven't. So it's 2 in there, 3 in there, which are nice. And we'll put something little in the bottom here. Have I got a little sideways thingy? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that fits nicely. Again, that's another Tracy Fox one. I'm fairly certain. I apologise, Tracy, if they're not yours. I should put her on my link, shouldn't I? Because I get quite a few bits and bobs from her, and I don't put her on my description. I should, with everybody else that I do. Let's see if I got something else that can go in. I've got a lot of these. Yeah, that'll go in nicely as well. I'd rather fill it up with stuff from my stash, because I say I'm trying to get through some of this. So if I'm going to make another pocket, I don't have too many pockets. I mean, this is my pocket stash, apart from those few bits at the front. So you see, I haven't got too much in the pocket range, but I have got a lot in tags and journal cards, and I've got quite a lot of envelopes as well. Well, I've got more envelopes than I know what to do with, to be honest. There. I'll have to get thick names and addresses off people so I can send them happy mail. I'm happy with that. As they say, very satisfied, which is what we need on Saturday, isn't it? Right, we've got a bit of time, so I can probably make another one, but I won't have time to embellish it. But you've seen me embellish one, so you probably don't want to get too bored. So I've done the green one. I haven't finished this. I've got more to do on that one. That was my prototype. Very happy with that. And knowing me, I'll probably put it in and put something that side or that side. I love side butts. Don't ask me why. Right. What shall we use? Let's use this one. Put you there for now, but we're going to use you. I'm tempted to use this side, you know. It's a pity about those bits, but quite tempted to have the blue as the contrast, you know. You don't see much of the contrast though, do you? So it'd be very neutral though, wouldn't it? So that would be very useful, I think. But I will ink this one. There we go. I don't know how straight I cut this. Yeah. What I do like about Pink Monarch Prints papers is that they're really quite, yeah, that'll be on, yeah, because yep. So I'm just thinking out loud, I embellish the bottom bits of these, and that, yeah, so the 2 bits that will be upside down are the 2 bits that will be embellished, so that works fine, because it's directional, this paper. So I'm just going to measure this to about 3.5. I'm just, because I find that a good place, you know. So it helps if you do it straight. Do it straight, woman. Do it straight. And then, well, it's probably because it's not cut straight. And I think I'm going to do about nearly an inch, just under an inch flat. Let's get it straight. Yeah, I know that bit isn't straight. That's because I haven't glued it yet. And then I'll do this one the same. Pretty much the same. So it has to be there. You don't have to do your flaps the same length, and you can do them much deeper than I've done as well. So, right, now I've done all my folding, I'm going to glue it. Have I folded it the right way? Oh, I think I have. I folded it so those would be at the front, didn't I? Yeah, I folded it the wrong way around. Not that it really matters, but I prefer the join to be, this join to be at the back. I prefer that myself. I don't think it makes a great deal of difference. Because either way you're going to get it at the front as well because you're folding it. But there, that's the way I want it. So I'm going to glue it now. Sorry, my sleeves are coming down. It's still very cold in the UK here. Way too cold. But I'm just going to get, sorry, just I have to get some a wipe to clean this nozzle. It's doing my fuzzy little brain in. It'll soon be time for the hot water, but I can just get the worst of it off with a, there we go, wet wipe. It would be better. There we are. The grunge was just doing me in. I've just done one. I'm just seeing how well it worked with one. That seems to have worked well. Pin, there we go. There. Right, that's going there, that's going there. This is going to need a bit of inking, isn't it? That's not ink, that's my cutter. I want to edge these, so I'm going to ink it after I've edged them. Let's do that bit next. Nice roundish one this time. It doesn't matter how you cut the corners. You don't have to even have to do it. But I just do it and then I've got that bit to use for the other three. Ooh, sorry, my tummy's rumbling. I apologise. I had a little bit of lunch before I started videoing as well. Just a tiny bit. Well, this is difficult to see with the writing on. But... And again, I think I'm going to keep the flap going down again. Add a bit of colour into it. I think. I leave it. I am, what is the word? I may change my mind. If you want the tutorial on how to do this properly, well, not that I'm not doing it properly, Anna from Pink Monarch Prints did a good demonstration the other night, last week sometime. She'll be in my description anyway. So now then, do we want that down? Do we want that down? Or should we cut it off this time? I did that one down. I think I might cut it off actually. But I might use the paper. That's what I think I'll do. Cut it off. I might, well, because this isn't a, this is a complete contrast, this, rather than a blend. That was the blend, wasn't it? I hadn't used that one. Right, that's that one, and this is this one. Tell you what I haven't done on that one, which I'll do on this one to make it a bit different, is I will make a little thingy here, a little V here. Make it easier to get in. That's what they'll do. Let's use, sorry, I'm going to have to use centimetres for this. So that's 10, so 5 is the middle. Let's just do a little dot there. And then we'll go up to that corner. This is, Anna did this. So, yeah, I did that, and it did look good. Again, you don't have to do it. And then, I know she did, she used this. I'm just going to redo it with this. Rather, I think she cut that bit off and used it as a template, like I did for the edges, but I'm just going to redo it. Yeah. This is not going to be quite so easy. As I haven't glued it all down yet, it might be. Oh, I can get in there. There we go. Let's try and cut on the line so I don't have to rub it out. There. I'm used to moving the paper, not the scissors, you know. but it's impossible on this. Yeah, when I ink that, I think that'll look nice. As I say, you can also put a little scoop in it if you wanted to as well. As Anna said, you know, this was her brainwave, her brainchild, not mine. I won't take credit for the idea at all. But she did do a good job of showing us. Poor thing's got a cold. Get well soon, Anna. There. Let's do a bit of inking so we can see those edges. Anybody know what I did with my... There it is, my dauber. Oh, yes. A bit more, maybe. Yeah, I like that. Just going to ink across. Yeah, I like that. Let's get this. I know I haven't done the bottom yet, but well, I'm inking now, so let's finish the inking and then I'll glue it. It makes no difference what order you do things in, really. The only thing you have to do first is glue it into a tube. And then you can do it in whatever order you want, really. If you're inking, that is, you know. Yeah, liking that. Don't think there's be much else to ink. I'll leave you there for a minute though. Right, now I will glue it in place. By doing that as well, you can see a bit more of the pretty blue inside, can't you? I promise I will try and remember to put a strap, a thingy on my bracelet. I never take it off, you see, so I forget. It comes everywhere with me. The shower, swimming, bed, everywhere. Right then. More information than you needed there, really, wasn't there? See if I can use a bit of this as a bit of... I'm going to cut this, a strip of this. As I say, I won't get these filled, but I'll do a bit of decorating while we're here. Oh, that's not straight. Might use a bit of that. I've cut this one ready. Let's cut it the same. I don't know. I'm not going to cut it the same size because I don't. No, I'm not going to cut that yet because I don't know quite how I'm going to do it on the top. But I do know what I'm doing on the bottom. I've got some nice butterflies here that I've dug out, and I thought these would look nice on here. They might. Got some different ones. He's nice, isn't he? She, he, it, she. I think. Bit of this underneath. Bit like washi, you know, but it's not washi. Just a strip. Pop you under there. Oh, just a strip going down. Oh, quite like that. We need a... Put that there. Oh, I like that. And a label. Gotta have a label. So I can't do much without a label. Everything sort of has labels on. We got writing. Let's find a number. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to use all this, but I'm just inking it up ready to use. Right, is this gluing dry actually? Let's glue a bit if you want. I don't need much. I don't need oil of you, that's for certain. Sorry, the chair's off creaking again. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I just bent it. I thought I pulled it off then. Oh my word. Can I get anything on straight? That was totally not straight. And I've ripped it. Really? I know it's only a tiny bit of paper and I can replace. Oh, I'm going to have to replace it now because it's. Let's see if I can get this on straight. If not, I might have to get another piece. Can I salvage this piece? The things we do with tiny bits of paper is ridiculous, isn't it, really? But hey, brings us fun, brings us joy. Why can't I stick that on straight? That is better than it was. Not wonderful. Oh, I'm just going to leave it there. Leave it, woman. Leave it alone. Just put the butterfly on it. Let's glue up here so I don't get any of the old glue on it. Right, like I said, I won't get this one completely finished, but it will be nearly finished. I'm just going to pop that on there like that, and then I'm going to do this top bit as well, and this bit I'm going to have a bit going that way on it. So let's cut across here. I should use my guillotine really, it'd be a lot neater. There we are. I'll pop that across there like that. Oh, it's still too long, but not to worry. I will snip it shorter. Let's find a pack no glue. Let's tell you what. Glue you want, and then we'll cut off the bit we don't need. Tiny bits off. Oh, there's hardly any on that side. There we are. Let's get that off there. He's nice, and I just spotted him sitting there. He's too big, which is a shame because I like him. But can he? I don't see why he can't. I know there's something probably going that side. I don't think I might have him. I might have him just off the edge there because I do like him. I don't think it'll do him any harm at all to be sticking out, because once it's on a page it won't matter. So I'll pop. Oh, should we put him the other side? Just ink that side, but I don't want him the same as that one. We will stick him there, put a label on, and we're done. Let's find a label. Da, da, da. Again, we want numbers really, and that says notes, not numbers. If I have to find my little, that's way too big. Might have to get my little ones down. Yeah, I think we'll get the little ones out. Where are they? Where are my little ones? Oh, there they are. Thought I was going a bit batty then, I did. Well, I am a bit batty, but you know, totally batty. Instead of just a little bit batty, because those bits are going that way. I wondered about putting one upright here. There are the treble clefs on there. Gosh, I can't read that. It's not. Oops, that's the wrong one. Dee, 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 dee. I won't get copyright because I'm just making that little sort of tune up out of my head, so that's probably why it didn't make much sense. That's all right, isn't it? Should we do a plain one? How about a plain one? that plain one's okay. I didn't really want more words, you know, because that's got writing on. Pop the plain one on. Oh, that's a funny shape. Right. Oh, I can't glue it with that, can I? Huh? I've been a bit of a lemon today. A bit of a doodaddy lemon. Need to concentrate better. You know, I am really quite satisfied with this today, because really head was everywhere. Really didn't, I shouldn't have glued that top bit, but it'll come off the glue. Head was everywhere. Didn't really know whether I was coming or going, but I seem to have managed to get, sorry about the creak, it done. I haven't inked the top of there though. I haven't inked the top of there either. All this, oh, seem to have skipped on some of the inking as well. How different do they look? You know, they look so different, don't they? I know they both got butterflies on, but yeah. And of course you can make them taller, shorter, wider, however you want. Let's get rid of all this rubbish for you so you can see them a bit better. That's not rubbish. Right, we've been going about an hour, so I'm gonna say cheerio and hope you're satisfied with Saturday's offering. And there's my template, you know, my one I tried out. What's that? I can't remember the word now. But yeah, I will keep that one and still use it. I must admit, I do like it still. So there we go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, still not very wide when it's filled out. I mean, there's a lot of ephemera in there. 2, 3, 4, 5 bits plus a bit underneath. So it holds a lot and stays nice and flat. Really, and it's got lace on. So yeah, well worth the play. Well worth doing. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Please, if you can, subscribe and like, and even more so comment. That would be lovely. I reply to all my comments, mainly because I don't get many. So no, it's not a pity party. I do answer my comments, you know, and I will get my list out of people who comment and talk to me online. So thank them as well. So anyway, I waffle. I will see you again soon. Well, the next one will be Monday, Mindful Monday, and let's hope it will be more sort of together than today's. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have the lovely rest of your weekend. Take care now. Bye.